Okay, we've got Star Trek, The Last Stand is my next book. So if you're interested in, they used to call Star Trek fiction, but I call it my next factual documentary, The Last Stand with Star Trek, written in 1995. Okay, so today's affirmation is holy materialistic versus holy spiritual. You decide. All right. Now we've got ancestral protection randomly at the bottom of the deck. And I also charged up all my crystals and took them off their silver plates and put them in a nice box. And we are going to randomly pick one. Some crystals and a few rocks. So we've got the black thin rock here. Who knows what their names are, but very significant, each one I have. So this one here is black for a reason. Black signifies a death of a situation. And what I'm getting off of it is to do with the sun. It's been out in the sun for the last, sun and rain for the last week. And it says there's a lot going on with the sun. So we're going to put him right here. And yes, of course, a lot more free would be, you know what? In the background. Max McKnone is his name. Okay. I think it just like waits for me and then it comes on. I call it the whistle song because he does a lot of whistling. I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. All right. Yesterday I put on Warrant. Sometimes She Cries. And when I was telling you about the songs, you know, I told you there was a couple decades there where I didn't do music. I was too busy doing my karmic assignments, and they were deep. They were deep assignments. But where I left off in the 80s, early 90s, that's some great music. So if you want to check out my playlist, that's where all the songs are. And Warrant, Sometimes She Cries, I made a short with it too. Okay, we got enough shuffling in. We've got Into the Valley of Darkness. That's where we were. Into the Valley of Darkness. And we are coming out. Now I'm drawn to the fire on the ground because this rock is saying that's what the sun is doing. And if you check out Stefan Burns' channel, he's a scientist that talks all about this stuff. And somebody gifted me a free membership for a month to his station. So not only am I a subscriber now, I am a member. Stefan Burns. But that's what the rock was telling me. It was telling me, see, that's what the sun looks like in his latest video. So I'm not getting anything about Into the Valley of Darkness. I'm getting everything into she's walking in the sun and she is putting an end to the darkness. But I get it. I get Into the Valley of Darkness. Okay, yep. And that's underneath it is the transformation card. So just what I said, transition, endings, and new beginnings. So exactly what I said. The sun is doing its thing, and we're putting an end to evil. See, when the solar flash happens, what's going to happen is all the evil, I mean, really evil wickedness will be gone. And then we go to our permanent timelines, dimensions. I also was supposed to tell you from Astro that if you read the Bible and you hear about the angels, well, those are actually extraterrestrials. See, there's so much we don't know. There's so much we think we know, but we don't know. And that's why it's good to read the Cosmic Origin, because it explains all this. And when I talk to you about who are you in the Bible, and I talk to you about who are you in the past, and I tell you to get a regression and find out and go deep, it's really important because we are the same people over and over and over again. So, like, for instance, in the Cosmic Origin, it talks about how Saint Michael had a son named Gabriel, and Gabriel is the one that actually seated Mary in the Immaculate Conception. Now, that's a heavy-duty sentence there and a heavy-duty mouthful for some people that have no clue of what I'm saying. But for those of you that know what I'm saying, you get it. And we are all these different people in all these different lives. So in Egypt, I was this. In Mayan, I was this. In Aztec, I was this. In Pleiades and Sirius. So there's so many of me going on right now on 12 different dimensions, but also all my past lives. So you see how deep this can get. That's why I don't go into it. I suggest you guys read the books. Okay? And I am going to go ahead and continue on. So we've got into the valley of darkness. We're leaving that. We're taking the sun. The sun is going to do its solar flash thing. Get rid of the evil. We're going into a new beginning. This is the death card, transition card, okay? And then after that, we still have a dark feminine hanging around. So either you did not get rid of her, or it's just not her time to leave yet, but she's on her way out. She's going into the valley of darkness. Okay, then on the top of the deck, we have the Akashic records, which I told you we had to redo because they were messed with too. Every single thing was messed with. The tablets, just everything. And again, the Cosmic Origin talks about all of this. It's in there. Every single thing that I'm talking about is in there. It's just so mind-blowing. That's why when I read it, I didn't learn anything like per se new, but it redoes your memory. It clicks something on and it's like, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. That was for me. For many people, it will teach them things. And for other people, like I said, it will reactivate. We're trying to reactivate our DNA because we're only using 3% of our brain. So the Akashic records, we go there at night. We've redone them. They're good now. Go ahead and check out your Akashic records. That's what I keep telling you. Find out your purpose. Bottom of the deck, we'll get into this deck soon, but figure out your purpose. King of Pentacles. Okay? Leader, stability, abundance. We'll get into that deck. Page of Wands energy. Okay? Overall energy. Page of Wands with the Ace of Wands. So we'll get into that in just a minute. Then we want to go to Book of Life. So all they're saying with this ancestral protection is just what I said, Akashic Records, Book of Life. I couldn't plan these cards better. All right. So what they're telling you is really dive into who are you, because that's the next assignment. The next assignment is where we sat down and said, yeah, we're going to go back to Earth in the 1900s, late 1900s to the early 2025, right? And we're going to do this thing. We're going to clean up all of our karmic assignments. And then we're going to finish our mission and eradicate evil. That's what we're doing. That is our purpose. Okay? So get into the Book of Life, get into the Akashic Records, find out who are you. Okay? Now we've got purpose. So figure out your purpose. We'll go ahead and shuffle these and see what else wants to come out. I'm hearing the who are you? I used to play that on an 8-track in my blue van over and over and over again. My first patch on my blue jeans was a question mark, who are you? And the other one was love one another with the peace sign. My first patches that my mommy sewed on to my blue jeans. Kindergarten, first grade. So, like I say, you known all along, you known all along. And it's just like now it's just flooding in. Wow, that's really who I am. And we don't even know nothing yet. I mean, this is still just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, serenity. Your purpose is to be full of serenity. How do you get serenity? Find out who you are. Get healed, right? Yep, get healed. And have comfort. Okay? Have comfort. Then we have soulmate coming in, and I was going to say that. I was going to say once we are at a comfort, a serene part in our life where we have figured out pretty much who we are, but not everything, of course, but we figured out pretty much who we are. That's when the soulmate can come in. That's when you can finish this book of life, this Akashic record, this soul contract. When your soulmate, not your karmic soulmate, we're done with that shit. Now we've got mission partners, twin flames, soulmates. Each one of us has a different, it's not a twin flame for everybody. It's not a soulmate for everybody, and it's not a mission partner for everybody. Okay, so when the soulmate comes in, the rest of it gets cleared. I'm drawn to his tail. You see how both of their tails are connecting? One's a white cat, one's a black cat, right? They connect together. You bring part, they bring part. Kind of like Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Good vibes. I got the black and white again in the panda. Shabuzi song. Good vibes. Okay, there's the panda bear. So both black and white. You bring the good and the bad together, and you have your soulmate with good vibes. Okay, and then we have release. Still black and white, but it's more blue and gold. Release. What are we releasing? We're releasing the past. We have good vibes, we have serenity, we have our soulmate, and we're letting go of all the past. Just like the bird's wings, my hands just went like this. We're releasing. We're releasing the past. Okay, now we're going to go into head and we're going to release the pentacles part of our life, meaning We're not going to live to work. Okay, we're not going to live to work. We're going to work to live. Now, what does that mean? It means you're going to do what you like to do, and that will bring you pentacles. Okay, the first thing I did when my mission partner left was I sold everything that we had as our business and gave the tenants an opportunity to buy the houses, kept all the tenants in the houses and sold the houses as they were, and got out of that business and moved forward. Okay, why do we do that? Because that's living to work. That's not working to live for me. Okay, it was fine with the partner, and it was a great self-employed business. To have sobriety houses in 4 states, that's great, but not for me by myself. For me by myself, I have my real estate license, and I do things on the side. I'm semi-retired. I do a lot of referring out to big businesses through the people that come to me instead of me handling it. But I take care of animals and read energy, and I love it. So I now live to work. Okay? So now pentacles are just a tool. They always have been, but now for sure, they're just a tool for me to feed the animals. Okay, King of Swords. King of Swords is what we're going to be talking about, the truth. So you went from a King of Pentacles to a King of Truth. So now you take your pentacles and you can buy your castle, you can buy your animal sanctuary, you can buy your, what is it that you want? Somebody wants a veterinarian clinic, 1729 on the clock when I said that. Okay, so now you take your pentacles and you open up an animal medbed sanctuary. Okay, 9 of diamonds. That's it, right? That's 9 of pentacles with the King of Swords. Doesn't get better than that. You got the truth, and now your pentacles are working for you because you know the truth now. So now you can open up a veterinarian place with the right holistic, organic med beds, see, versus the old way. So that's an example, but that's where your pentacles are working with the truth, and you now are a King of Swords, not a King of Pentacles. But you have that experience in you, so everything I went through is still majorly great for experience. Now I've got the Ace of Wands here, and I just mentioned the Ace of Wands in the other deck. So we've got it right here. Double confirmation. New ideas, potential, in and out energy, intense creativity, interconnectedness, manifesting power, and you mirror like nature. And when I said you mirror like nature, I meant with your soulmate. This is a reading about a soulmate coming together with another soulmate. Explosive creativity, the Page of Wands. So not only is it intense creativity, it's explosive creativity. Infectious enthusiasm. So it's kind of like when I was talking about that black and white, it's like one is the gas and one is the flame. The Flame by Cheap Trick, another great song. One is black, one is white. They go together. They're like magnet and steel. That was a good song from the 70s. So you've got creative beginnings, plenty of ideas, new inspiration, new skills, curiosity, and youthful spark. Just what I said about the gas and the fire. So the two of you coming together is the next step, okay? That's the next assignment. That's what's going on right here. So again, it's not that we're waiting, but it is kind of like we're waiting, okay? It's kind of, it's given me the example of a banana cake in the oven. We have done all the work. We've bought the ingredients, got the recipe, put the cake all together. It's in the oven, right? Like my pie I made, right? It's in the oven. We're not really waiting for it to come out of the oven, but we are. So you know that feeling of we're not really waiting. We're not like sitting there watching our hair grow, but we are waiting. Okay, that's what we're doing right now with this King of Pentacles into the King of Swords, into the Nine of Pentacles energy. Okay, we've walked away from the 8 broken cups and we're unstuck, and 8 of wands, 8 of, I'm feeling an 8 of swords on here, even though it's an 8 of wands. I want to look something up on the 8 of wands because I'm feeling like you're not stuck and you've walked away from the past, okay? But I want to read something on the 8 of wands because it's telling me to. We go by what it tells us. It says, it's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on. So that's what I was saying. I was feeling you're not stuck. You've walked away from the 8 broken cups and it's go time now. Okay. So it's 8 of wands. It's go time now. Okay, now if it's go time, I want to read about the 7 of wands quick because that's right under it. Okay, the 7 of wands says, I am deserving of this success and I will bravely shine my light into the world. So what is it go time to do? It's go time to shine your light onto the world with your soulmate. Okay, so again, if you don't have a soulmate, again, it's in the oven. We're not waiting, but yes, we're waiting. Okay, but you're already together on the other dimensions. And that's another thing I wanted to tell you. Before you go to bed at night, ask your angels and ancestors to reveal your partner, twin flame, soulmate. Ask them that you can remember better, and ask them to be brought into 4D, into the physical realm. Now, as I told you, some of your twin flames cannot get a physical body or do not want a physical body. They're just with you in the other dimensions. So you might get a twin flame, a soulmate. You may get a soulmate or you may get a soul mission partner. It just depends, because I'm surely not going to make my twin flame come here in a physical body if he don't want to. Okay? He wants to stay where he's at and he's waiting for me. Okay, fine. But I would like somebody to do what I just said with creativity, that explosive creativity, that's making music, that's writing songs, that's writing books, that's helping others, etc., and definitely our animal sanctuary, Miss Mystic's Mansion. So, okay, we're going to leave it there. I really love you guys. I want to thank you for listening.